Hey, what up, guys? Thrax33 here, bringing you episode 41 of Jack 2 Let's Play, and continuing on with our E3 talk. So, this episode's kind of a fail because I ran into this room later on that was like super impossible to go past. And it's pretty much this entire episode. Because I thought I could get by, but it's just like I had to show all the bullshit basically at this level. But, anyways, so last time we just started Sony right at the beginning, so we're going to continue with Sony and go from there. So, I said, talked with Last Guardian last episode. Yeah. Coming out 2016. They didn't say when, though. So, they show off a brand new trailer for the new Street Fighter V. That's right, new Street Fighter V. Revealed a bunch of classic characters you can play as, and, yeah, and it's coming out for, I think it's coming out for PS4 only. I think that's what it's like, exclusive PS4 only. So, again, I know there's a lot of fans of Street Fighter's games, and like the competitive scene behind it is pretty awesome and stuff, so if you're into Street Fighter, bam, go get a PS4. Yeah, so another cool thing was, so they showed off, there's a game that's been revealed quite a while ago. It's called No Man's Sky. So this is like this is an indie game made by guys named called Hello Games. And so when they showed off this year's a new gameplay demonstration of they showed off some like just kind of space combat and like some ground stuff, not too much. But the coolest thing was I don't know, there's a lot of like talk about this game, there's a lot of hype behind it. Because like the way it looks and how it's going to be played out, it's basically like the best way I can describe it. I don't know, it's just going to be kind of like an open world type thing. There's going to be no storyline, but there is like an end objective. Sorry, sort of like Minecraft, where like there is an end objective to get to the end and beat the Ender Dragon. That's kind of like the end game, basically. So this game's sort of going to have something like that, where it's going to be completely like open, and you don't have to do anything. Like you don't have to go for the end game, but there is like an objective if you want to go for it, and it's kind of like this huge system, basically. So much system you're in. They can travel between. And like you just got to go to worlds, you collect resources to upgrade yourself, and the coolest thing was what I thought was like Minecraft was like the size of this game is like they showed off the size of this game, it's massive. So when they showed off the little gameplay trailer, the guy like zoomed in on like there's like a little planet or showed he was on, so like zoomed in, you know, it was like a little space battle. It was like between these two planets that these guys were fighting. And he joined in on them, and he's like, okay, let me just show you like the world. So he's like, remember, one of these little like small like circle dots are pretty much like entire like planet, right? And like a lot of action going around each planet and stuff. So it's like it starts zooming out. It shows like the one planet, and it starts like zooming out even more, and like. It just keeps on zooming. It's like showing like hundreds of thousands and thousands of hundreds and thousands of these small little like dot like as planets, basically. Like keep going and keep going and keep going. Like this world looks massive. Kind of, and it like really reminded me of like Minecraft as well, because it's like technically Minecraft is fucking massive. You could like nobody really goes beyond like the like. Not really too far anyways, but like if you really wanted to in Minecraft, you could just literally go for like 100,000 blocks, or a million blocks if you wanted to, and start something there. So it's like endless exploration. So that's kind of like what No Man's Sky is, and the sheer volume of like space and planets is like he was just like it just kept showing more and more and more planets. It was just crazy. I was like, what? I was like blowing my mind as he like I kept going. I was like, what? my live reaction to it was pretty funny. I might put those on YouTube. I'm not sure yet, or I might just link them to the videos in the description or something. What I've been talking about. So yeah, my reaction to that, you should go check it out. I should have a link of it somewhere in the description, where I just like, whoa, like my mind is blown. And again, they didn't show too much, but then he's like this to show how like complete basically this world is. Like, I'm gonna go to a random planet, basically like land and do stuff there. So he's like, this round like literally just went through and just found a random planet. It said it was called like whatever. And it's like first discovered by you. Like he was the first one who discovered it. It tells you that who first discovered the planets. And so he went there and landed and like just kind of walked around. And he went to this like outpost thing, like a beacon. Basically, it's like, I think it basically says like, hey, I found this planet or whatever. It was like just a little gameplay on the surface, not too much happened. He says, yeah, like each planet has like a whole bunch of things to do on it, and there's a bunch of planets, and it looked crazy. real crazy. So that's one to definitely look out for in the future. A lot of people are scared because a lot of people are talking about the game that's never going to come out, just because of how maybe complex it is. But Sony's really pushing for it to come out. They're back in the game like 100%. They're doing everything they can to try to get this game out, and it will come out. Probably not until next year, maybe, probably, or else they would announce something at E3 to come out this year. So I guess we'll wait for that. So new game, Media Molecule, which is the guys who created the Little Big Planet series. They had showed off a new IP game. It's called Dreams. So it's kind of like a weird type of. It's kind of a weird game, but it seems interesting at the same time because it's like you can do like interactive animation sequences that you can create basically. So like you create these little like characters or like environments, like in game, with this kind of weird art style, and basically they like come alive and they like interact somehow. They didn't really show too much about it. They showed a teaser and like it was just really strange and like weird, but it's like a good weird. Like, oh, this is interesting. Like it's so weird that like intrigues me, sort of thing. And yeah, so if you want to go look up that crazy trailer, look up Dreams by Media Molecule. It's a weird looking game, but I think it's gonna be interesting. So they talked more about Firewatch. I think they announced that last year with like a really quick teaser, like just a name basically. So now it's going to get released on the PS4, and they showed a little extended trailer, just a pretty short one as well. Still, a cinematic trailer. It's like kind of funny. It has a humorous thing to it, but no gameplay. No one really knows what kind of game it is still. I don't think anyone played it during E3. It's kind of showed off. I think they announced it last year with like just a title. They said they would show off more next year, like this year, and they did. So very little though. A new trailer for the new Destiny expansion called The Taken King. So this is Destiny's new DLC, and it's not just like DLC like the last two, like House of Wolves and the other one, I forget what it was called. And basically it's like it's an actual DLC where basically it's going to add like a whole new thing. So kind of like WoW and their expansions that add like a whole new thing to the game, and that's pretty much what this Destiny's going to DLC is going to be. It's going to like someone's going to double the content in the game, at least like map size, and that's what they said at least. It's going to be like a huge amount of things added, like new class types. Like you can choose different things as like hunters and warlocks and titans now. A bunch of new weapons and a whole bunch of things they're adding that they probably held off for a while now throughout the House of Wolves and everything else that they probably want to release, but looks really awesome. I think there might be they didn't say yet or anything. It's probably still a lot of in production right now. But yeah, it looks really, really great. A lot of fun. I still love Destiny, and I already pre-ordered like a collector's edition of it coming out. So yeah, I'm hyped for the Taken King. But yeah, it was really cool. They show off a whole bunch of things, yeah, and cool stuff, new game modes and stuff. Anyway, so and then there was, of course, indie stuff talked about. More line out talk about Devolver Digital, which is Devolver Digital is like this publisher that like they help get indie games like published and stuff. So they help a lot of indie games that do really great. So they're getting a bundle of indie titles. One's called, there's 4 of them: so Ronin, Mother Russia Bleeds, Crossing Souls, and Ether. Ronin, which is kind of like this 2D type ninja game in like a modern setting. So like, it's kind of interesting looking, but it's again very 2D. And you're like hopping off the walls. You're like trying to be stealthy and try to do things. Kind of interesting. Ether is just kind of like Final Fantasy type action dungeon crawler type game. It's kind of like it's a 3D, but one of those like it's like a 2D 3D game, if you know what I mean. Like it's a 3D environment, but like everything else is like 2D, and it kind of looks around the camera like a dungeon crawler game. You like, it's like action, or like hit enemies and all that stuff. Mother Russia Bleeds. This game looks really like crazy action, high violence, high blood, super crazy looking great game, kind of like Hotline Miami, except even crazier. So like the craziness of Hotline Miami, like it's a 2D though, from the side, not from the top side like Hotline Miami, but like, you know how like crazy Hotline Miami is, has that kind of weird, has that vibe, you just know. And I got the same kind of vibe from Mother Russia. It's just kind of like a what the fuck am I playing sort of thing. And so yeah, so something that's crazier than Hotline Miami. So yeah, keep a look for that. And then there's another one called Crossing Souls, which is kind of like another crazy action looking game, but a little more sane. You're like a high school student or something. You're like beating up people. It's like, I don't know. It looks like a more sane action game. But again, as an action 2D sort of thing. 2D but 3D, sort of like what I was talking about Ether before. Yeah, pretty interesting. So yeah, then Sony also showed off a cinematic trailer for the new Batman Arkham Knight. It covers the first moments of the upcoming open world game. So it was a pretty cool little cinematic trailer. And would check that out if you're into the Batman game. So it was a really cool trailer. No gameplay though, it's just a cinematic trailer. I'm not sure if there's gameplay ever shown. There might have been, but I don't think so. And then, boom, Activision took the stage, and guess what? They revealed Black Ops 3. That's right. Because they are no longer with Microsoft. There is no more contract with Microsoft, that exclusive kind of contract thing where Xbox got everything early for every single Call of Duty for like the past like 3 or 4 Call of Duties. I think after like, what was it, COD 4, I think they did that. Or after World at War. I think they signed a treaty with them or something. Oh man. Sorry, just my head hurts a little bit. Just trying my best to focus. So they showed off the campaign. And they showed off it's a co-op campaign actually. You can play, I think, with like up to 4 people. And it's like the full campaign, and you can play it with your friends and stuff. And that's pretty cool. I agree with that. I like that idea. They also showed off a multiplayer gameplay trailer, and that looked also equally as fun. They showed off more multiplayer like later on in E3 stuff, and from like impressions, what people said, the game, like the multiplayer looks kind of like a lot like Titanfall, where it's like you have a little quick like jetpack kind of jump, and you can run on walls, and like people said that it feels like Black Ops game, which is great. I love the feel of the Black Ops games, multiplayer and stuff. And they said that the game feels more like a Black Ops game than it does Advanced Warfare, which is even better. So that's pretty awesome. They also announced that PS4 users will begin the new gameplay and multiplayer maps, early access to everything now, because they signed a thing with Sony now. So I guess we'll see how that goes. That's a pretty big powerhouse for Sony to get Call of Duty now. Everything for them. So no, we're not. They didn't really say it sure about the contract, but I kind of hinted I knew this because there was people talking about earlier this year saying like, I think Microsoft's contract with Activision ends this year or something, and so I kind of like, oh, I wonder what that's going to happen then. So that's pretty awesome because I like the Black Ops games, and I'm looking. They didn't show any zombies off, which I was really surprised. Like no trailer for zombies, no thing for zombies. They did say there was going to be zombies though, but they just had nothing to show for it. I guess maybe it's still in development, maybe early development or something. That they're probably gonna. Maybe that's the last thing they're finishing on the game. Because the campaign looks done, the multiplayer looked done. But otherwise, maybe they're still fixing up zombies. But anyways, moving on. So, new trailer for Disney Infinity 3, which no one cares about that. No one cares. They show off some more Battlefront gameplay where they showed this kind of like campaign thing. It was like a survival mode where you had to like kill off waves of guys. And it was just like a single, I think it's multiplayer type co-op mode. It looked a lot of fun while doing objective stuff. And to finish everything off for Sony, or at least not everything, but to finish off like what at the very end. There's still some stuff I was still talking about, but they showed off Uncharted 4, obviously. That's one of the big things that was like, there's a big banner on top of the whole building that said Uncharted 4. Everyone knew there was going to be some more information about Uncharted 4, Thief's End, and they showed off a new gameplay trailer, a new gameplay thing, which was really awesome. Where like you're playing as Drake and Sully, and you're going through like a market trying to escape from something. You're in a car, you're driving in between like streets. You're trying to escape, and it's this really high action scene, and it looked pretty fun. Looking forward to that. Very, very looking forward to that. It's one of the hype games, but it's not coming out until 2016, sadly. But it looked really great. Everyone that played it said it looked really good. Or they didn't play it, but they were showing like extended trailers or something behind doors, like after the events and stuff. They said it looked amazing. Like the extended trailer looked super awesome. So also, yeah, actually I think that might be, I can still talk for a little bit longer. So Guerrilla Games, which is the studio that made the Killzone games 1, 2, and 3, they have a brand new IP for a pretty hyped looking game. Actually I might talk about that next. Okay, ignore what I said. Yeah, so I only got like a minute left, so I'm just gonna talk ramble. So, yeah, E3 still trying to record all this as fresh as I can every day. I've just been feeling not that great every day, so I've been trying my best to like get the gameplay and then record again. Do this post commentary after, which has been a little tough, but I'm managing to do like at least 1 or 2 videos a day. The past since E3, and yeah. It's just awful that I don't feel that good. But anyways, next episode we'll finish off Sony, and you'll see me get past this part in Jack too. Thanks for watching, guys.